to my YouTube video. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube video. Oh, the camera's just moved. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube. I can't speak. Fifth time lucky. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. So today is Spiritual Book Club May. So here I want to talk about all the books I've been loving throughout April and May and like been reading, and all the books I plan to read through May through to June. So I'm filming this video before I've gone away to the Maldives. So the books that will feature in this month to read next month, I'm obviously going to read on holiday. So this video is going to be a little bit in the past, but it will make sense. So I've got new hair, again, filming this before the Maldives and Paris vlog, so you will already know I have this new hair, but filming this before so I don't rush when I get back to film all these videos. So it's a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but manifesting the growing vibes. I'm loving the colour though. I think it's a lot more subtle, a lot more brunette-y and really more ashy, so I really love it. So anyway, getting on to the point of this video. So the first book which I was planning to read last month was the I was gonna say The Universe Has Your Back. That is not the book which this is. A Wrinkle in Time, so A Guide to the Universe. So I went and saw this film in the cinema with Selena a couple of months ago now, and I absolutely loved it. It was such a beautiful story, such a good film. If you haven't watched it, you all need to watch it. It's great for kids, it's great for adults. It introduces like the universe and kind of like the basics of law of attraction. So I really wanted to get the book. Now I thought this was like a picture book, so I was going to get this for my future children so they could be like, read this at bedtime. Turns out it's a freaking novel, so I thought, well, I'm gonna read it. So of course I already knew the story anyway of the film, but this went into a lot more depth and just kind of like gave me some like reminders of like law of attraction, how the universe works, and it's just a really lovely story. So I do want to read the original by the original author, but I thought like this would be a really good book to have for myself and for my future children as well. So really highly recommend this book. It's such a good story for young and for old, and yeah, it's just a great story. So the next book I read throughout April/May was Gabrielle Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back. Now I know in my last video I said I was going to read Miek Wicking's A Little Book of Lugger. I didn't get around to that. Spiritual Awakening called, and this book just fell into my life. So I've had this book on my shelf for about a year and a half, and it was sat on my office desk with a couple of other of my favourite books. And I was just sat in my office feeling down about like some situations that had happened in my life, and I just thought, I'm just going to pick up this book. Don't know why, I'm just going to pick up this book, and it was The Universe Has Your Back. And I was like, oh yeah, I've never actually like properly read this. I've like skimmed through a few pages, but I never properly read it. And I just turned to a random page, and the chapter was how to surrender, how to spiritually surrender and let go. And I was like, damn, okay universe, okay, I'll read this book, because that was a lesson I needed to learn. So I read this book within 2 days. Now I am like the world's like slowest reader, so for me to read this in 2 days is like a freaking miracle. But this book spoke to me on a whole new freaking level. So it's all about transforming fear into faith, how to spiritually surrender, let go of expectations, let go of how you think your life should be, and let go of like having to have all these manifestations. And I am going to film a video more in depth about this experience and like what I went through, because it was such a crazy like spiritual awakening again, and I've learned so much. So I will do a whole video on that because it needs to like have its own video, it's that long. But this book for me just really changed my game. Like I really feel connected to Gabby at the moment. Like I've kind of gone from like my Tony vibes and everybody else into kind of like worshipping Gabby's work, because it just speaks to me on so many levels. I feel so connected, and like we have so much similar in our lives. I'm just like, wow, like this was meant for me. Like I was meant to see this, I was meant to hear this. And what actually triggered me to read this was my friend Kirsty sent me a video of Gabby talking on Oprah's Soul Sessions about how she was like obsessing about wanting this baby and how she spiritually surrendered and let go. Now, it's not like I was obsessing about a baby, it was a completely different situation, but I had literally planned my life for 3 years, month by month, like, this is gonna happen, then this is gonna happen, then this is gonna happen, then this is gonna happen. And I was like, who am I? I was like, where has Emma gone? Like, the cool, collected Emma. Like, I preach letting go, yet I had never learnt how to let go. Like, I was sat there manifesting and controlling all of these circumstances that I had absolute zero control of. Zero. And I was just like, yes, this better happen, universe, this better happen. And the universe literally pulled the rug from under my feet and was like, control that now, bitch. And I was like, like, in the midst of this chaos, like, what is happening? And after like going through it all, it was obviously like the best thing to ever happen. And I have learned so much, and this book has totally helped me with that. So if I could recommend, this is like the magic, if I could recommend one book to change your spiritual journey, it's this. Like, you need to learn to surrender. And it's great to have desires, it's great to have ambition, it's great to want things in life, but it's about taking your hand off the steering wheel of life, like letting go and letting God. Let the universe get you there. Like, give up what you think you need, because the universe will have something far better for you planned. And I did this. Like, I was sat blocking myself. I was sat saying, well, this has to happen this way or it's not going to be great. And the universe was like, Emma, chill. Like, we have got such a better plan. Like, and you're not letting us do this. So the universe had to like step in and force me to realize this so that I can actually allow amazing things to come through to me. This book is honestly like a life changer, a game changer, life changer, must read book. Like, I am so glad I read this. And it's true, like, you always read the books when you need to. So it's funny that I had this on my shelf for so long and now was the time to read it. But I keep going back to this book. I keep saying the affirmations and doing the meditations in it as well, because they're just so useful. And I posted this a lot on my social media, and a lot of you guys were saying like how I should manifest Gabby coming to London, and I was like, let's all do it together, because we all wanted to like see her in my Law of Attraction group. And funnily enough, a few weeks later, me and Selena were on Instagram, and Hay House had posted that Gabby's going to be doing a talk on the 29th of June in London about judgment detox. So me and Selena were like, book those tickets now. So we've got those tickets, and like quite a few of you guys are coming along as well, which would be great. So we can have a little chat, we can meet Gabby. I'm gonna give Gabby a great big freaking hug, which is like another manifestation. And to be honest, I really feel like Gabby's like a soul teacher for me. Like, I really feel that she was who I was meant to find, because I was sent her book by a friend right at the beginning of my Law of Attraction journey, and I never read it and I didn't really connect with it because it felt too out there for me at the time. Whereas now her work totally resonates with me. Like, now is the time. I'm Gabby's biggest fan. So 100% read that book. Mind changer, game changer, life changer. I am a changed freaking woman, and for the best. Like, and you know, you may think that spiritually surrendering would be hard or anything, but it's actually really not. It's really easy. And when you move into the flow of the universe, I can't even begin to tell you how calm, tranquil, peaceful, certain, like, it's weird. You almost, by giving up these expectations, you actually become certain of what you knew anyway. And that just seems odd. That seems like an odd concept, but when I'm in alignment and in flow with the universe, like now, and surrendered and let go, I'm just like, God, I just know this is gonna happen anyway. Like, what was I even worrying about? Like, it's totally gonna happen. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter anything. Like, that's down to the universe. Like, take your hands off the steering wheel of life and surrender, surrender, surrender. So when I was reading Gabby's book, she references A Course in Miracles quite a lot, and I've heard this in some of her other work, like videos and stuff I've watched. And Kirsty again has A Course in Miracles, and she said, like, I definitely feel you'd like it. And it's weird because I was never against using the word God, but for me it just doesn't really resonate, and it still now doesn't totally resonate with me, but I'm using it more. So it's just God and the universe. I see it as the same. But obviously, like, everybody uses what they feel comfortable with. So I got A Course in Miracles from Gabby's recommendation and Kirsty's recommendation, and there is no way that I'm gonna finish this anytime soon, can I just say. Like, A Course in Miracles is a lifelong student book. Like, you read this over your life. You don't read this in a month and then post it on YouTube. Like, so I'm literally like 20 pages in, so I'm not gonna sit here and say like, yeah, I've read the whole thing, it's freaking amazing, buy it. Like, I'm 20 pages in, but you know what, I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, it's very Christian orientated, so if you can look past that, or maybe that resonates with you anyway, this is really, really good. Like, you know, it's so true. Like, the main theme of this book is that there's only two emotions, love and fear, and that for me was like, oh yes, that's so right. Like, how did I forget that? How have I not been living by this? So I've had so many like awakenings and revelations in this book already of like, oh damn, Emma, like you totally forgot that. So I'm really enjoying this book. It totally makes sense, and you know, I would love to be able to like teach this myself one day, like maybe in a younger, more non-Christian way, because I feel like people can then just tailor it to whatever their belief system is. And in this book it does say you can tailor it to any spiritual belief, any religious belief. Like, you don't have to follow the Christian way in this, it's just an example. So I like how open and diverse the book is anyway, and it's just great teachings, like really great teachings. I'm really happy that I got this book, and I'm really excited to go along this journey for however long it takes me. I mean, I don't think it's going to take me all my life to read, I think it's 600 pages, I think, roughly. But it would take me a good year or so, and like, I obviously want to go over stuff and like reference to stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited that I'm doing this. I've just trained in Reiki as well, so I have gone through such a big awakening in the last month or so. So I really like this book, and I can't wait to read some more. So on to the books that I'm going to be reading while I'm away, and probably afterwards. Like, I'll be very surprised if I get through 3 books in a week. Like, that would be a miracle. So the first book that I'm going to be reading over May/June is Ask Your Guides by Sonia Croquette, I think that's how you say it. So in my last spiritual book club, a lot of you were recommending her books to me, and I was like, I've heard her name before. Like, I think this is my time to read these books. Like, I've heard of her before. So I got Ask Your Guides, as that was one of the books recommended to me. And it's all about like connecting to your spirit guides, like, you know, finding your purpose, trusting, and you know, what's the difference between angels and guides, where your spirit guide comes from, how many spirit guides you have, who your guides are, how to work closely with them every day. So I'm really excited to read this book. Although I am connected to my spirit guides, there's probably more I can know about it and educate on as well. So really excited to read this. Then the next book is again by Sonia Croquette, Croquette. I'm terrible with names, you know this by now. And it is Trust Your Vibes, Secret Tools for Sixth Sensory Living. So again, this was another book recommended to me, and I'm just so excited. So in this one, it's got real life stories of those who learn to tap into their intuition to drastically change and improve their lives. How to make your common sense ally with your intuitive sense for deeper connection and incredible success. The tools for using intuition to support your creativity, help heal your emotional wounds, and calm your anxious and uncertain heart. So again, I think this is a really good book for like trust and faith. So I feel like this has come right at the best time for me. So again, really excited to read this. And the last book is Miracles Now by Gabrielle Bernstein. So my friend Emma in Canada had this book, and we were Skyping and like catching up. And she was like, I'm just going to turn to a page in Gabby's book and tell you something. And it was Letting Go. And I was like, haha, how ironic. So I thought, oh my God, I've never read that book. Like, maybe I should get it. So I've got it, and it's 108 simple ways to learn about spirituality. So it's got 108 life-changing tools for less stress, more flow, and finding your true purpose. So this sounds really good. It's one of her older books. It's not like a really recent book, but I'm really excited to read them. And they're all Hay House books as well, which I totally love, of course. So there is my reading list for the next month. I can't wait to catch up with you guys next month and tell you how I've got on with them. All the books I've mentioned in today's video will be linked in the description box down below for you to go and check out. And as always, let me know your recommendations, because I bought some of them last month and I can't wait to read them. Let me know what books you're reading this month, or if you've read any of the books I've mentioned too. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.